Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 165. Today is Sunday, December 22nd, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and lots of planning for 2025 before we even hit record. So very fun.
We had a great little chat and it made us think of some things, so that's really good.
Mhm.
But I am just going to say thank you for coming and joining us. We know you have lots of choices at this time of year, and we appreciate you choosing to spend some time with us this morning.
Yeah,
And I am in mostly natural light today because wow, is it bright.
it is pretty bright out there, but I have the light on in my room because if I don't turn the light on in my room, it gets really funky in here.
I have the overhead light on because it was too dark on this side
Over
of the
there,
room.
yeah.
So, what's new with you this week?
Not a whole lot, just trying to get ready for the holidays. And apparently, Flu A has taken out James's entire daycare class. It's no one else has gotten it in our house yet. We're really trying our best. But yeah, that's why if you've been following our unboxing of things, I have not made that poor sick boy film. Even though he was like, "Are we going to film?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, sure, if you want to, buddy, but you don't have to." And then later he said, "No, I don't want to." So I was like,
Well, they're all Bluey and Bingo anyway.
Yes, every single book. Meet Bluey and Bingo. We were watching Bluey the other day, and he goes, "Is this episode Meet Bluey and Bingo?" I was like, "You bet."
That's too funny.
What's new with
Um,
you?
excuse me. I have a little frog this morning that won't go away. I'll try not to be obnoxious with it, but please excuse me if I am. And my big news is that I am out for 2 weeks. I'm so
Ooh.
excited. It's lovely to get to the end. The last week of school is always just craziness, trying to
Mhm.
race to the end. And the district, in its wisdom, decided that several grades needed to have tests this week.
Oh no.
And some of the teachers were able to push them back into last week, but we did testing a lot this week. So,
No one wants to do testing the last week before you
yes.
go on vacation.
And it was, I mean, like the kids were real troopers about it. I was so proud of them. And we had lots of lovely little moments this week. It was so fun and, just sweet. I have spent the entire month of December. I do kindergarten lunch duty, and I have spent the entire month of December with kindergartners asking me if they can hug me. And then when they hug me, they tell me, I love you, Miss Landis. So
Oh.
it's, yes, my heart grew
Uh-huh.
many
Uh-huh.
sizes.
You're like,
So
please don't give me your germs, but also I love you too.
yeah, I just tend to like lift my arms, let them hug me, and I'll pat aside,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Right.
while I'm handing out napkins at lunch. So, and I think Bree and Katie and I are pretty much ready. I have a little more to finish up before we get through Black Needle Christmas time, but that's okay. I'm getting there. So, you want to move into stash?
Yes, I'd love to. What have you
Okay,
got today?
I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have. First of all, this is not cross stitch, but you guys, if you have not gotten this, I got myself a calendar.
Oh, cute.
This is from Lauren Espy, A Menagerie of Stitches, and you can get this is all of her information. You
Mhm.
can get the patterns and learn how to make these, or you can be like me and just enjoy them all. And I'll show you. I don't know, I'll just open and show you one. It's a nice calendar.
Oh,
Every month
cute.
has a collection. I think she said that it was the collection of bunnies that she had released in 2024 because that was her theme.
Oh, yeah.
So they are just, yeah. Whoa, this one says 2025. See his glasses?
Mhm. Oh, cute.
They are just so fun. And she just is so sweet. She is a stitcher, a cross stitcher.
Mhm.
So definitely go support her. And that is just, I'm going to look forward to enjoying my year of bunnies.
Adorable.
If you don't know this about me, I love bunnies. I should have pulled down the one that I have from her that she did for me because I
Mhm.
commissioned her. And then I put in an order to 123 Stitch. Part of it is back ordered, but the one I got is Salem Mini Moon.
Ooh.
So it is part of my Moon series. I fought with Katie and said, no, I get to do this one because it's a bunny. It's my
Yes.
Moon series. She
Hands off, Katie
loves,
Landis.
yeah, she loves Plum Street. So she does
Mhm.
most of them, but I have
Right.
a few that I've stolen
Yes.
or that I've said, no, no, they were in my stash first.
Mine.
What do you have for stash?
All right. So since my poor sweet little boy has been sick, I have not opened up my Advent box from Black Needle. So I have from the 17th until today that we're just going to open up right here. That way, James can just open all the books and he doesn't have to be bored about me opening stuff while he just sits there and tries to look. Yeah. So,
And he won't fight you for, I can do it. I can
right.
open it.
I can open it. So here's day 17, which feels suspicious. Sorry, it's loud. I'm so sorry.
You know what, though? We're on Zoom,
Oh, yeah. So Zoom does.
muffles, all that.
Look at this. I don't have any of this sort of. So is it a framing hoop?
It is. And
That's
Katie said
cool.
it is a booger to get off there. But
Yeah, no, it feels
what
pretty
we saw
tight.
when we were looking, okay, so you have the metal piece on top to be a
Hmm.
hanger.
Yes.
If you look on one of the long sides,
Hmm.
there is a hole in it
Yes.
so
Hmm.
that you could do a piece that is
Oh,
oriented
so
the
that you
other
can
way.
move it.
Yes. And Katie
Very
said,
cool.
take that top off first. When she
Hmm.
took hers apart, you take the metal piece off first.
Hmm.
There's a lip on the white part that's on
Uh-huh.
one side,
Yeah,
and
I
it
see
looks
that.
like it's getting caught on the
Hmm.
metal thing. So, but yes,
Awesome.
it's a nerd hoop.
Yes, that's fun.
They're all wood grain. There were four different colors, so it was random who got what.
I like that one.
It's a good neutral, right?
Yes. All right. So day 17, that was good. Okay, day 18, it's also in one that will be loud, but since Zoom cancels out a lot of the have it upside down. So sorry. So,
Well, she printed a couple of the numbers upside down. But that one, we've kind of decided, somebody said it looks like she's laying under the tree.
yeah. Choose your own adventure with this bag. Ooh. I get to actually look at the things whenever I open with you.
It's a new experience for you.
I know. I'm not like, it's a box. And then I look at it later and I'm like, oh, it has polar bears on it. Look at how fun that is. And
We
it's
love these little,
collapsible.
yes, we love these little pop-up things. We sent one
Yeah.
previously, the flamingo in the
Hmm.
flamingo box, and
Oh, and it has handles. So this will
mhm,
be the perfect thing to throw in like a retreat bag or whatever.
mhm. And somebody else said that they have a drawer where they keep a bunch of their stitching things, and they have
Hmm.
put that in there, and it holds little things.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then you could lift the whole thing out and take it with you and use it when you were
Yeah.
ready.
Ooh, good idea. All right. Here's day 19. It sucks. I love them. I got stripes on the back. That's
That
so cute.
woven pair is a lovely
I
brand.
do the socks you've sent from this brand I've really liked. So,
And they do have a pair woven into each. pair of socks, like on each sock at the top.
Oh, at the top. Wow.
Not on the dark blue part, but you see it. It's on.
I would probably have to open. Oh, yeah, I see it. It's you can see the little bit of green there.
Mhm.
Very fun.
Extra cushy for the lady who has to do a lot of standing. They're
Hmm.
cushy. So,
Ooh, that's a those match what I'm wearing today. Uh, that's a good tip because I like to use my standing desk at work. So I'll have to see
mm.
if they're cushy enough for me to wear at work and like fit inside of my work shoes because that's a struggle. Okay, day 20, which is fabric. I'm pretty sure. Who it is. Oh, it's 40 count. Count lamb's wool.
And lamb's wool is a stiffer fabric,
Hmm.
just naturally,
Yeah, I
but
can
lamb's
feel.
wool is a great color.
Yes. So excited to see. I mean, we're going to see in real time because the last thing I have to open is the pattern that
Mm.
goes with that. So,
The other thing is that the designer chooses the fabric, and we let
hmm
them choose any fabric they want.
hmm So I like 40 counts. So,
Yeah.
but oh boy, 40 counts. Ooh, look at these beautiful things. So here's all it all is twisted together. I think it's really fun to open the fabric and the floss first because you're like, what in the world could this be? So
Well,
we've got,
okay, and the last one, go ahead.
oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
We've got pecan pie, faded rose, raven, cotton candy, and cherry. All gentle arts.
Pretty color
Mhm.
palette. The last set of supplies for the pattern, the
Mhm.
person looked at the fabric and the floss and said, "Oh, I know who this designer is."
Mhm.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't who they thought. So it was kind of fun, but they went based on color who they thought it was.
Mhm.
So, do you remember who this one is?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I
So
didn't say it on
oh wait,
purpose.
I do remember. I do remember. So I'm excited. Well, I was excited about all of it. The artsy housewife. And it says winter blessings. So that is definitely a different winter thing, but I
Hmm.
like it.
And
Oh,
winter more than Christmas. So,
hmm A pink winter.
well, and we chose that one to go last because it is winter themed
Right,
and not
right.
specifically Christmas themed.
Sure. Well, and yesterday was the solstice, so perfect timing
Hmm.
on it. So,
I like that the envelopes for the pattern this year are big enough to hold all of your supplies for that project. So until
mm,
you get it to a project bag, it's
huh,
like big enough to hold it all.
I have not. I've been sticking everything like inside of the
Oh,
package.
okay.
I really like that bird. It's a really good bird.
Don't you like that huge tall tree?
Too. I'm sorry, please don't listen if it's going to ruin this pattern for you. It looks like little mustaches. And I love it. Like it's a really good tree, but
It's
it
a
looks like a
mustache tree.
mustache tree. I love it. I'm excited. Well, now I want to stitch all of the ones that we got this year. I think
Is-
all of them are so different.
Mhm.
But I like them all a lot. So
Isn't that what always happens?
yeah. Does to me. I mean, I didn't start the octopus immediately, and I really wanted to start the octopus immediately, but I've used my self-control
Well, awesome. Okay,
because I
that was
had
your
models to do.
last one, right?
Yep, that was my last one. So now I'm caught up, and James has 500 books to open.
There
So,
you go. Do you have other stash to show? I didn't
nope,
even ask that. Okay.
nope, that was all.
Okay. So then I think we're up to finishes.
Yes.
I thought I would show you a couple more fully finished pieces, and they're from the day one book.
Mhm.
So from Katie. So I finished this one with the red velveteen, which you guys are going to get the perfect lighting today because it's so bright. And the white palms, these are snow. This is tomato um velveteen. And this is one that Keisha did. It's White
So
Christmas.
pretty.
There we go.
I loved that one.
And,
It's
it's
fun.
such a subtle little one that
Mhm.
just the red to kind of go with the houses looks
Yeah,
pretty with that. So,
that was a really fun one to stitch.
and then the other one has been the bane of my existence. But it has this squash on the back and the snow palms again.
Mhm.
And this is Miracle on 34th Street.
So pretty.
Yes, it came out really pretty, but oh my gosh, I could not get myself going through it. And it took forever, but I did finish it and I got it right away cut out and
Mhm.
ready to go. So,
Well, and I don't know if you
um,
remember that it's my fault that you stitched that one because I was like, well, I took the other one with the reindeer. I want to make sure that you get to stitch some reindeer.
it just didn't, I don't know. You know how you have those projects where
Hmm.
one thing happens and then another thing happens and another thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's just what this was. But, I have been doing the finishing on all these, so it is not expert by any means. Most finishers will tell you that you can glue this on. You absolutely could. I couldn't stand the thought of putting glue on our little project, so I hand sewed all these on.
Oh, wow.
So it does take me a little bit of extra time, but I also if you're somebody who is comfortable with making your cut in the back and filling it
Mhm.
that way and then putting a patch over it, you could do that. But I wanted the smooth back. And
Mhm.
so I've filled them all from the bottom and yeah, all that
They
stuff.
they all look great.
Thank you.
Hmm.
And then the other one that is done but not fully finished is this one, which is Prep and Landing. This
Mm.
was so fun. I loved
Yeah.
stitching this one. And the velveteen on this is Bells of Ireland.
Mhm.
And it is the prettiest green. I was telling Keisha that it has all of the shades of green that are in the
Mm.
green ornaments. It is really
Yeah.
pretty. It's got some yellow and
Oh, very fun.
so that's all of those. Oh no, one more. I just finished stitching and have not FFO'd yet. Uh, this will probably show behind and be really weird. The snowman,
Ooh,
which there we go. He has,
very
oh,
nice.
I think three different colors of snowflakes. And then we used cashmere, which
Hmm.
is cashmere classic Colorworks or
Yes.
gentle? Okay. And it changes. So its color range is all in this big snowflake and the little ones right around it there. It
Hmm.
goes from purples through gray through a blue.
Yeah,
It's a really pretty floss, and I love
it
that
really
Katie
is.
pulled it and used that one. It's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, whenever I saw it for snow, I was like, but it very beautiful.
And it fits in with the other colors that she's been using. So,
Hmm.
and then I had a finish for me.
All right.
I finished Love and Joy.
Oh, so beautiful.
And I have purchased the other two that she has in this series. And I did, this is by Heartstring Samplery. I should have said that. I used Wild Berries for my
Hmm.
floss by Classic Colorworks. Um, she shows another one of these in a red, but I think I'm going to do three different colors. I think one of them will be a green,
Hmm.
and I don't know, maybe the other one will be a gold.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a scrap of fabric Obviously, it is really close, but I knew that going
Hmm.
in, so it'll be fine. I started like smack in the middle so that I could make sure that it would fit on here.
I
But
love
this
it.
will be a pillow finish as well.
Mm.
That's all my finishes.
All right. Well, let me show you my finish. So I finished the last model I had to do from the day one book that Katie gave, and this is The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It's so cute.
Thanks. It was really, really fun to do. There's a lot of repeating pattern going on, and it's in green, so I love that, of course. And The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is one of my favorites. So I had a really good time. And I guess we should have said these are all in 32 count vintage linen from BeStitchMe. So
And
that's that.
I know that Brandy has some of that fabric dyed because she knew
Mhm.
we were going to do this, and
Yeah.
that's kind of fun.
It's a really good one. Like it's kind of a
Mhm.
pinky brownie. It's
Yeah.
a different sort of neutral. So
And it has some like gentle modeling through it that I just felt like went with everything.
yes. So very, very fun. That was finish number 22 this year for me.
Awesome. I don't know that I put the other one on there. I'll have to peek here real quick. Oh, I didn't. Okay, so I finished. What did I just tell you I finished? The
The
snowman.
Mhm.
He was finished number 31 for me this year.
Nice. Look at
So,
you.
and I'll have at least one more because I have one more model to go.
Mhm.
So, okay, are we ready to get to some whips?
We are ready for whips. I only have one whip this week.
Do you want to show yours or do you want me to show a couple and you show in the middle?
I can go ahead and show mine.
Okay.
Um, so after I finished the model, I worked on Izzie Dekayen from Silver Samplers. I love this one. Laura and I are stitching it with some friends. Mine is on a piece of 40 count Valor. I just picked flosses that I liked. So here it is.
Cool.
I finished all of his bones. There are still some bones at the bottom, but that's him. I don't have his bow tie yet, but
I've done a couple of the bones at the bottom, so,
mm.
and I've started that huge lettering.
Yes, the letters are huge. I was trying to figure out where I was gonna go after I finished the bones, and I basically I fell asleep and I didn't stitch anymore. So I'm like, just do these ones.
They're fun though. I really have been enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
a fun one.
I'll have to pull it out in the new year to make sure I work on it because I
Mhm.
think the other three of you are going to be done with it well before I am.
But you just like to start things with
I
people.
do. I do. Okay, my whips. I worked on Let's Talk Winter by Hands On Design. I'm doing the big one. I
Mhm.
have plans to do, I think, all three of them.
Okay.
And it got called in our challenge.
Mhm.
So I did uh Z quilts.
Nice.
And if I would work on these during natural light time, it would be
Mhm.
so much easier.
Right.
But that's okay. Oh, and here, I'll flash forward to plans for a hot second. Um, this will be the final week of this round of our challenge. And I had three projects that had not been called, and the final one in this got called. So let's talk autumn is one that I'll be starting this week.
Awesome.
So it looks like I get to start with some leaves. That'll be fun,
Hmm.
different than all the others.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, that's one. See, I thought it would be a good idea to put them all on my lap, and now they're like sliding around.
Oh no.
Then the next one that I got to work on, and it has been called for this week, and I'll get to work on it again, is my Prairie Schooler Santas. I'm going to do a selection of these. This one is 1987,
Mhm.
and I am stitching these over one on black linen, and I
Ooh,
managed to get, I don't know if I need a little more there. I did those rows of red.
okay.
So
So fun. I love
it's
that.
teeny tiny. And now I think I'll finish up um doing the challenge this week. I'll finish up the red up to the bottom of the bag.
Okay. Nice.
So it'll be good timing with that. And then the other one that got pulled this week is Winter Samplers by Prairie Schooler. And I've started with this one, which is
Okay.
in the bleak midwinter.
Mm-hmm.
Except they changed it to in the dark gray days of winter.
Oh.
So, and this I'm doing on a piece of it's a solo from Silkweaver from ages and ages and ages ago. And it's really pretty. And I cut it into thirds and I managed to finish the bottom snowflake. So my bottom row is done.
That looks so good on that fabric. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
I'm really excited because now, I mean, where I would move up, I would still be doing some white. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
to see, right?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There you go. But I have border and I have those that I think those kind of look like trees around the border and
Mm-hmm.
lettering. And that lettering for me should go pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted to skip up and do it so that all of that is in, and then it'll motivate me to finish up that one. So,
Yeah.
and I have that whole set of seasonal samplers from Prairie Schooler. So, those were my whips this week.
Nice. Very good whips.
So, do you want to talk some plans?
Sure. So, like Laura kind of mentioned, we're doing this challenge with our friends where we've been randomly drawing numbers, and then if people get finishes, we work on things, and it's been really fun, but I haven't been able to fully participate in it because I've been working on models. So I'm going to catch up on what I've missed, and work on this week's so that I can at least like finish 1 week's worth of stitching.
You're going to finish
Um,
strong.
that's right. That's right. I'll do the first week, do the last week. Who cares about what happens in the middle? So for this, we chose 12 different projects, or we had 12 different people participating. And so you had to have a project for each person. And I chose 6 projects. And so some of them are doubled up. And a lot of those got called last week and got called this week. So um, I basically have to do almost 300 stitches on Izzie Dekayen, and I need to put in a couple hundred stitches on Koala Santa, and about 400 stitches on This Is Fine, which is the one that I'm trying to do for a friend who has a birthday in January, so that's perfect. I really
So it
need to.
really is fine that it got called again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's very fine that that got called. So I'll probably be working through 3 different projects, and then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to start a Christmas project on Christmas. And if I do, it'll probably be that octopus.
Okay. So I have to work on the over one Santa again. And
Mhm,
no, I get to work on it again. And I
mhm,
already showed you how far that would go. And then I get to work on Let's Talk Spring. I get to work on Mary Brew from Plum Street,
mhm.
which
Fun.
that's fun. But I found an error and I'm debating whether I'm fixing it or not. And I get to work on Let's Talk Autumn. That's the one I get to start.
Mhm,
So that will be fun. And then the other finish for the week was me. So I get to do what I want, which
mhm,
means, I mean, I have another model that I have to stitch. So I am doing this kind of last minute because I've been working the challenges in here too.
mhm.
Keisha was good and got all of the other stuff done first. there were 13 of us participating. You just didn't have to do one for yourself
Right.
if you didn't want to.
Right.
And I think we're going to do it again starting in January. And I think we have 11 of us right now that are going to do
Mhm.
it.
Oh, fun.
So we may have a couple more additions, but we've had some good ideas, good suggestions about changes we could include, ways to make the stitching work a little better if you need it
Mhm.
to. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at what I'm going to choose for all of those people. So
Mhm.
that will be fun. And I keep looking. I told Keisha I'm very sad. Her name didn't get and or her number didn't get pulled.
It's
And I
because I
never
haven't been working, and so I haven't had my name in the list of people who could get called.
but I'm so sad because I wanted to start this. And
Mhm.
I think this will probably go on my list of projects. I had that and one other piece that I didn't get to start. Um, but I think that'll go on my list of projects for the year. And I might put it, I, one of our people put 4 projects per person so that when
Mhm.
that person got pulled, they could just choose which one of the 4 they wanted to do. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So I may put that on more than one person and see if I can get it in there. Now, watch, it will get pulled every week and I
Right.
will finish it.
Gonna be on everybody.
Well, it
Lara
probably
wants
will.
to work on it.
One of our people said, "Oh, but I'm going on a cruise and I don't know how that'll work because I'm not taking that many projects." And I'm like, "Do what the other one did and put your projects you're taking on everybody. Then no
Mhm.
matter who gets called, at least for the first couple of weeks, you've got your projects with you."
Right.
So,
Right.
but it's kind of a fun thing just to pull out some different projects. And
Mhm.
my plans for this week and next week are to pull out all of my stash. I keep looking because it's all right over there.
Mhm.
To pull out all of my stash and go through it and figure out what I'm going to UFO, and what I am going to continue with. Katie and I have done we've done a number of projects to match the years. So we started in 22 and we had 22 for 22 and we started 22 new things. In 23, if they hadn't been finished, we kept them, but we at
Mhm.
least got to have one new start for New Year. Um, and we've gone on like that. Well, I have a few that I just am not pulling out to work on. So I've decided that means that I need to get rid of them.
Mhm. Yeah.
And this year, I have I've actually finished some. So I think I'm going to have 5 project spots to fill. I'm not going to start new things. I'm going to, except for one, maybe 2. I am going to put in whips, and
Mhm.
um, I'm going to make sure that that's what I do to try and move things along next year.
Mhm.
Because I would like to get some things out of here. And um, next year, Keisha and I were talking, we're going to do kind of a stats driven year, see
Mhm.
what we can come up with. So,
Yeah. So, comment if there are any stats that you would be interested in hearing of from us. I'm going to track the number of stitches that I do and kind of figure out what my new average stitches per day is because I'm sure it's different than whenever I found that out before. Um, and then we were kind of talking about maybe creating like a list of the whips that we've worked on in 2025. And so a lot of brainstorming happening. So if you want to help us brainstorm and there's any stat that you'd like to know, let us know. And we'll see if we can work it in.
and I'm going to use my planner and get things in there. And one of my plans already is to make sure I find or buy a new mini printer that will
Mhm.
print off basically stickers,
Mhm.
so that I can show progress. And I think that will motivate me if I kind of
Yeah.
have pictures that I sprinkle through. Oh, this is what I'm working on, and let's see what kind of progress I make. I think
Yeah,
that will be fun.
definitely.
So. we have so many ideas, and I told Keisha we this is why we talked beforehand.
Mhm.
I told Keisha we need to narrow down our focus a little.
Mhm.
And if I would quit watching Flosstube, it would be fine. But I keep hearing fabulous ideas, and maybe some of those ideas are things that I will use during the year at certain points where I need just a little push. I'll
Mhm.
just try one of those ideas for a month
Yeah,
and
that's
see
a
how
good
it
idea.
goes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, see, Laura is like, have you heard about this? And I'm like, well, if you need a buddy, I guess I'm on board.
So we have lots of fun things, and whatever we're gonna start. I know what my New Year new start is, and I just have to choose fabric for it.
Mhm.
I bought all the floss, and I'll be really excited for it. So
Oh,
because
I
it
know.
looks like Whoville.
Oh, yes. I have no idea what my New Year New Start is. So we'll see.
And I normally will have a Christmas Day start,
Mhm.
but I have not gotten to do the 12 days of stitching because I've been working on the models. So I'm
Mhm.
kind of thinking that on Christmas Day, what I'm going to do is pull out the project that I really, really, really wanted to work on hard
Mhm.
and see if I can just get a bunch of it stitched on that
Oh,
day.
nice. That's a good
So,
idea.
yeah. And I rather than I mean, I got to start plenty of new Christmas projects this year
Mhm.
and other projects too. So I will be really excited just to see what's there. I don't even know what my December starts were supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was Love and Joy,
Hmm.
but I don't remember what the other one. See if you vamp for a minute, I can tell you
Oh,
what the other one was.
yeah. I didn't have, and sometimes some years I don't have a New Year New Start. It really just depends. I travel over New Year, so sometimes I do it a couple of days later.
It is
Um,
hard for you.
yeah. And I don't,
Well, sorry.
oh,
Go.
actually, this past year, my New Year New Start was the January Celebrate All Year from the Black Needle Society. That's what my New Year New Start was. So,
Um, so my December pieces were supposed to be Love and Joy and Winter Moon. I
oh,
started both of them.
you did it.
So I only missed a few off of that list. And Katie and I have had a deal to start the year number. So not only
Mhm.
do we have, the ones that we started in 2022, but then we were trying to have that many starts throughout the year. And
Mm.
I don't know that I'm going to push that so much. You and I have already planned to do some starts from past BNS boxes,
Yes.
and I will be doing that.
Mhm.
But I may not start as many things this year, and I may instead focus on some other things. When I went through September, I was excited to work on samplers, and I thought, oh, I need to pull those out, and one of them needs to be in every month so that I can work on
Mhm.
a sampler. And I may do that
Yeah,
and, just kind of assign some things that I'd like to get through.
definitely. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a push on some of my more full coverage pieces. At the beginning of the year, I have the gift that I'm trying to do for a friend, but then I also have another good friend who's retiring. And I found a mill hill, like one of the bigger mill hills, that I think he'd really like. And so I want to stitch that too, which was also going to be like a full coverage thing. So, you remember how I said I was going to try to finish the pig by the end of this year? And then I was like, oh, I'll finish it before my grandma's birthday. And I've never stitched on it ever again. I really am going to try to finish it this next year, but that might just be the running joke that I'm never going to finish the pig.
When pigs fly.
That's right. When pigs fly, I'll finish it. But I'll definitely be working on the pig in January because that was my grandma's birthday month, and it was the piece that was supposed to be for her. So,
Mhm. I have heard a lot more people talking about that instead of making full year plans, they're
mhm.
making plans per month.
Oh, okay.
And I'm kind of liking that idea. I mean, I have some things that, a few things that'll just sit in the back of my head. And like us doing the past boxes projects
Mhm.
or the current boxes projects because you never know what they're coming up with.
Right.
And I've seen January
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, January is you. January is your box.
and but anyway, I that's something I will do, but I feel kind of like maybe I would do better taking a month at a time. I gave
Mhm.
myself in this year in 2024 a year off from WhipGo,
Mhm.
and I have done better. I feel like I've had a good number of finishes. I finished some bigger things because I wasn't doing something like that, which I like because it
Right.
motivates you to pull out projects. Um, but I was able to finish my big long dog
Mhm.
just because I did have time where I could pull it out and finish that. So,
Mhm.
um, I have lots of ideas floating around, but
Yeah.
that's what happens.
That's right. That's right. Maybe we need to see if we can plan by quarter. And if by quarter doesn't work, we can do by month. And if by month doesn't work, then we'll just be like, whatever we feel like today.
It will be fly by the seat of our pants with the flying
Perfect.
pink pig.
There we go.
Okay, so I am sure we have come up with plenty of shenanigans for the year.
And we could ramble like this for the rest of the day if you really wanted us to.
So, have you guys seen any projects that we stitch on that you really want us to work on in the new year? Um, if you have, come back and let us know. I have a whip parade partway through the year. You can look through there if you want and see. You can just scan that thing and find the project you like. And
And every one of you could just be like, Keisha, finish the pig. It's been years.
but for now,
Mhm.
there's nothing left to say except bye.
Bye. Have a good week.